Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Isle of Man in the UK. This is John and Mike's MMA Corner.
Okay, David Robbins, you're taking on Mr. Strong in Jrammel Strong. Now, at the Valor Fights coming up, I think it would be quite ironic if he wasn't strong. I'm just thinking it out loud right now.
He doesn't look very strong.
Yeah, it looks can be deceiving, you see. That's what it is, you see. He doesn't look it, but he's actually like... There's like a mini Hulk inside him we just don't know about. No, you got to fight...
He might be, if you grab, you know.
Yeah, you never know. You never... Honestly, I remember... I'll tell you, I'll talk a little... When I started training MMA, I remember I was rolling with these young lads, and this young nipper was like 16 years old. And I was probably about... Let's say, I was about 200 and... Probably like 200, close to 230, maybe 230 pounds. I can't remember roughly what I was back then. And this kid must have been 160 pounds. I have never, ever in my life experienced a kid so freakishly strong as him. Like, it looked like he had nothing on him, and it was insane.
You know what else, man, too, is good technique will make somebody feel like they weigh 1,000 pounds.
Yes.
Or, you know, make them feel like they're strong as the Hulk, and they can be small, 130, 140 pounds, like you said.
Yeah, it's crazy, like, it's technique, how much of a difference it makes, especially I found with judo. You know, if you try to just brute strength judo, it ain't gonna work. It's all about technique and fluidity, because I've seen some guys who... there was a lad who I had. He had to go for the Olympic trials, and sadly just fell short. He fell short because, well, he went out and got hammered the night before, which was not the best thing to do. But yeah. But anyway, he was a monster. I'm talking like 200 odd pounds again, and he was so fluid when he did his throws. I couldn't believe how quick.
The technique is It makes a lot, man. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for like 9 years. So when I quit trying to force and muscle everything, and I started using technique, I found I was catching people much easier.
Yes. Yes. It makes
and trying to force it and make it happen. It would happen on its own, just naturally.
Yeah, you're right. Now I remember when I was like, say, mate, I was rolling and I was just trying to use brute strength, and within about 30 seconds. I needed to tap out and get my breath back. It was absolutely horrendous. I just couldn't believe how hard it was to force a submission when there's nothing in the tank. And then, like you say, it's all fluidity. Somehow the submission kind of falls into place when you don't force it. But when you force it, it's harder to make it happen.
And another thing, like you just said, you know, if you're having to rely on using your strength all the time, once that's gone, and you don't have that to fall back on, you're going to fall back on your technique. And if your technique's not sharp, you're going to suck.
Yeah.
You can be a beast for the first 5 minutes, and then after that, if you can't do anything, it's worthless. So.
Yeah, you've got nothing to offer. You got the fight. Your last fight, was the vacant welterweight title at Valor Fights with the Valor itself, and you came away with a victory. You got yourself a submission. Now, obviously, being a title holder, my question is: I've asked previous title holders on amateur scene before. Are you looking to stick around amateur for a little while? You know, even though you've got a title and a rank to yourself. Do you feel like you still want to get at least 3 or 4 or even 5 more bouts under your belt before you step up to pro?
Yeah, you know, I want to get a lot more experience in.
Yeah.
Maybe three more MMA fights probably.
Yeah. And
then, but a lot of kickboxing too. Do some boxing. Just get that ring time in, because once you take that plunge into the pros, like, you're stuck.
Yes.
And I see a lot of guys that, you know, they're good, but they're not really experienced, so they might do okay their first 2 pro fights maybe, but then after that they kind of see how deep it is, and it's like a shark tank, man. They get smoked,
Yes.
When I go pro, I'm ready to do big things right away. I want to just start fighting and then just start knocking people out left and right.
Well, that's shown.
Not waste any time.
That's definitely shown the evolution of the sport. Where, a few years back now, you'd look back at, you just want to jump into pro ranks and just go for it headstrong, and that was it. But now a lot of guys, they're seeing what happened. I'd say the error of people's ways, but I don't know if that's the right way I want to put it. But the fact that people had seen how fights went down, and they said, look, this guy wasn't ready in pro ranks, he shouldn't have been in the pro ranks. And the guys who were amateurs said, well, I don't want to be him. I don't want to be the guy who went in there to the pro ranks and just got smoked. So I need to be smart. I need to learn my trade. And that's the great thing about the amateur scene. You can go in there and you can lose, and you will learn so much from it. And to prevent, obviously...
And it all goes away.
Yeah.
Your amateur record goes away as soon as you turn pro. Having too much experience is never a bad thing.
No.
But not having enough is, it's going to be detrimental to your career. You can take a couple losses early on. That's going to be hard to bounce back from. It's better to, start early, start strong. I'd much rather, go 4 or 5, 6 and 0, and then start to, be looking at bigger shows rather than, come in, maybe go, 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 2 and 2, something like that.
So you said about the boxing and kickboxing. Are you going to literally are you doing all three at the same time? Are you just like kind of jumping between all three?
I'll do all three. I'll kickbox and box on a 1 hour notice. I'm always down to do that. I love stand up. MMA, I prefer to have a couple days, a week notice. Yeah. But I'm good, man. I'm good to fight. So I'm just trying to get in there, get in there, take fights.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's it. Like you say, it's just experience. It's learning. It's just you're just absorbing information as well as punches. But you're just trying to get as much knowledge as you can. Now,
exactly, and it's just 3 3-minute rounds, so it's not like you got to be in killer shape for that.
No. You can make sure you can push yourself at a certain pace. Now, you're fighting at the moment at welterweight on the amateur scene. Is that a weight class you're going to stick at in the pro ranks? Is it something that you're thinking about what you're going to do after?
No, what I'm going to do is I have the 170 title, but actually this fight that's coming up is a catch weight at 160. I'm looking to drop to 155.
Nice. Okay.
For my height, I feel that 155 is the best weight class for me and my style. I'll be, a little bit taller than most guys, but you're going to help me, with my striking. At 172, the pros at 170. They're just animals. They walk over 200 pounds.
Yeah.
I just weighed myself a minute ago. I was 173 pounds.
Wow.
I didn't even really cut weight for the last fight. I woke up at like 174, and I just showed up to weigh in. I sat in the sauna with my teammates and stuff, which helped me, lose that last little bit. But I don't have to put on a sauna suit. I don't have to do like a 5-day big water cut or anything like that. I just show up.
Yeah,
I fought 185 before too, even. So,
how did you put lead in your pockets?
Man, I was fat. I was a fat, stubby kid, and I just wanted to eat Taco Bell. I didn't really do my road work. I didn't train as hard as I trained hard.
Yeah.
But I wasn't training like I train now. I train twice a day, 6 days. I train like a professional fighter.
Yeah. That Taco Bell lifestyle sounds good, though.
It is, it's tiring. I love Taco Bell, man. I could talk fast food all day.
Look, I have to tell you, man, I fought at welterweight my past two fights, mate, and I walk around about 208 pounds.
You see what I mean? I don't want to fight a guy that size.
Yeah, it's. I won't lie, the cut sucks. Like it sucks big time. And my coach even said to me, he said, "Oh, maybe do 155." And if I had a gun to hand, I probably would have shot him down. I was like, I nearly died doing 170. He said 155, you're out of your mind. But that's the thing. It's
McGregor, he's bigger than me, and he fights 45, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how these guys are doing these massive cuts like that. Like, you got to think long term too. What kind of damage are you doing to your body? How's that affecting your organs? You might be able to pull it off 10, 15 times, but what kind of long-term effects are we looking at?
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of, fighting more at your natural weight.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think it's, extreme cuts, I just don't get it. I'm, like, for me, the next time I step in if I go back down at 170, I'm probably going to try and get myself walking around 180. If I can get lower, I can. I'll walk that weight. At the moment, I can't. I'm not able to compete at the moment until latter part of the year. So I'm allowed. Well, I say I'm allowed. Should really be doing it now, but I'm able to eat what I want, so it's all good. I'm just cutting myself some slack. I'm being lazy, but I don't care.
Hey, man. I've got stuff doing what actually is. Okay,
well, the good thing as well about the Taco Bell, the fast food or junk food or whatever you want to call it is, you can eat it all in moderation as long as you're not overdoing it. For example, let's say especially in the amateur ranks like you're doing now. I know you're cutting down to 160, but even if you wanted to, you could cut yourself a bit of slack and have, like you say, a Taco Bell now and then. You're still at that experimental stage with your weight cutting and you're learning how to weight cut. Have you bothered to look at maybe the likes of Dolce or anything like that and buy the books to see what's going on with them kind of things?
I've looked into that. I guess it's the Dolce. I haven't looked at the Dolce diet, but I've looked at the way that they do their water cut. It's like a 5-day, 20-pound cut.
Yeah.
Where you just cut out all sodium, all carbs, and stuff like that. So the week of the fight, I typically will do that if I have to.
Yeah.
And I can easily go from 180 to 170, and that's without even cutting water. That's just changing what I eat. Yes. So I had planned on doing that again this time. I eat clean most of the time. Maybe like once a week I'll not eat clean throughout the fight camp, but the last 2 weeks is when I really buckle down.
Yeah.
And I start, everything is strict then.
So are you going to use these amateur fights as like test runs for your weight cutting as well, as I'd imagine, not only just for seeing how you fight, but I imagine you're going to try and experiment with, I see this one as 160, are you going to try and do 155 after this, just to see how your body copes?
Yeah, I am. Like I said, amateur is all for the experience, so, experimenting with my weight cuts, I'm experimenting with the way that I train, what feels best, like at what time should I do what session, how many sessions of striking should I do, how many sessions of grappling should I do, and, it's just I'm just learning right now.
Yes.
It's a learning process.
It is.
To be a professional fighter, I feel like you should, when you go pro, all that is dialed in.
Yeah.
That is a job, it's your career, and right now, I still feel like I have more to learn. That's why I'm not really rushing anything.
Sounds awesome that you got your head on strong. Honestly, sounds like you got things nailed here, David. Before I let you shoot off, David, though, can you let people at home know what your social media is, so they can jump on, give you a follow and stuff?
Yeah, I have a Facebook. If you look me up, I don't have a fan page or anything like that. I just have my personal one, David Robbins, Robins. If you look me up, you can just add me. I'll accept anybody except those fake spam accounts. And I have an Instagram. It's David R and then 0427. I also have Twitter. I never use it. I just use it to look at the news and stuff. I don't tweet or anything. I just have the account. So if you want to follow me, that's DRobbins427.
You need to get on the Twitter. You need to get on the Twitter, man. I'm telling you, it's a great way for you.
I get on it, but I don't use it. I'm not a tweeter. I just read the news, man.
Look, honestly, I am a social media whore. I am on all of them. I'm literally trying to get as much as I can done. It works for the vicinity that I need it for, like obviously with the MMA stuff, but works a charm, man. Works a charm. Look, before last but not least, then give a shout out to your gym, your coaches, where your gym is. Obviously, if anyone in the area would like to maybe get involved in MMA, and obviously friends, family that maybe helped out and stuff in your just so far in your career.
As far as everything goes, I'm training in Cleveland, Tennessee, like 3 times a week. off. It's 450 Broad Street is the address. I'm also training in Dayton, Tennessee, another 3 times a week. That's the 583 2nd Avenue MMA Institute. I've been doing a little bit of cross training down there in Chattanooga with Sid Wheeler too. So I've been getting some sparring in with him once a week. I want to shout out all my sponsors, everybody. My parents helped me a lot too. And then, shout out to Isabel Gomez of American Killer Bees down in Atlanta.
Awesome.
He's like my mentor for my Muay Thai and everything. He's an awesome guy. He helps me out a lot. So.
Hey, sounds great, David. Look, thanks very much for your time today and coming on. Have a great fight against Mr. Strong. I'm sure it's going to be awesome. I'm sure you're going to have a great time down at 160 on your way down to the 150 ranks.
Awesome, man. Thank you, sir, for having me.